up another Swisser, listening to the beat again. Drinking, but we're concentrating, smoking another sweet again. Steadily rewinding, trying to make some hot shit. Oh, what a job this is. Another all-nighter trying to get it done. Barely make it home with the morning sun. Baby mother thinking that you're on some other shit. Oh, what a job this is. Drinking, yet I'm thinking of another rhyme. Smoking, hoping that some bad news will come some other time. Cause I'm trying to do what I love. I love what I do. This music is something more different than the weed and the brew. That's why we mash it. We ain't asking for nothing. We working for it. Push it, pedal it to the people. They can't ignore it. This is for all the independents. A few major labels. The big studios who still give niggas favors on the mixing and mastering. Puzzling and plastering the tracks together. On tape, CDs, wax or whatever. This is for all the engineers who smoke weed. Can't forget about the production cost and all the hidden fees for another rhyme written. We spend time spitting in the booth. Sometimes it's like a pigeon coop, but it's all for the cause. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue to MC and smoke weed. You know I'm rolling up another Swisser, listening to the beat again. Drinking, but we're concentrating, smoke another sweet again. Steadily rewinding, trying to make some hot shit. Oh, what a job this is. Another all-nighter trying to get it done. Barely make it home with the morning sun. Baby mother thinking that you're on some other shit. Oh, what a job this is.
As easy as it looks to you, I make it look so easy. With the music I be making, the impression I be leaving. A lot of folks, they stop and stare, thinking I'ma trick it off. I roll another bleezy, puff it, pass it, and shake it off. Move on to the next phase, and it's amazing. The next generation of rappers, Big Snoop Dogg raising. That's 15 years in the game, still got the fortune and fame. Yeah, I'm doing my thing. Check this, Devin. Somebody said that real G's go to heaven, so I'ma keep spitting it. Keep spitting the truth on these fools like a reverend. Stay open like 7-Eleven, that's 24/7. When you need some hot shit, stop by and get you a beverage. I'm serving my rhymes like nickels and dimes. Plug it in, let it play, and let me blow your mind. It's the dominant conglomerate, prominent, and I'ma get what I gotta get. Twist another sweet and pop to the beat.
Rolling up another Swisser, listening to the beat again. Drinking, but we're concentrating, smoke another sweet again. Steadily rewinding, trying to make some hot shit. Oh, what a job this is. Another all-nighter trying to get it done. Barely make it home with the morning sun. Baby mother thinking that you're on some other shit. Oh, what a job this is.
We work nights, be some vampires. Niggas gather round the beat like a campfire. Singing folk songs, but not no kumbaya, my lord. You download it for free, we get charged back for it. I know you're saying they won't know, they won't miss it. Besides, I ain't a thief, they won't pay me a visit. So if I come to your job, take your corn on the cob and take a couple kernels off it, that would be alright with you. Hell no. Yeah, exactamundo, but we just keep recording and it ain't to get no condo. And Candy Bentley Fanning with no panties in Miami. And that cute little chick named Tammy that you took to the Grammy. See, we do it for that boy that graduated, that look you in your eyes real tough and say appreciate it, and that he wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for your CD number 9. And he's standing with his baby mama Kiki and she crying, talking about that they used to get hot to me in high school and they used to make love to me in college. Then they told me about their first date, listening to my tunes and how he liked her fingernail polish. I say hate to cut you off, but I gotta go. I wish you could tell me more, but I'm off to the studio, gotta write tonight. Hey, can you put us in your raps? I don't see why not. Devin is the dude, you gon' probably hear him talking about.
Rolling up another Swisser, listening to the beat again. Drinking, but we're concentrating, smoke another sweet again. Steadily rewinding, trying to make some hot shit. Oh, what a job this is. Another all-nighter trying to get it done. Barely make it home with the morning sun. Baby mother thinking that you're on some other shit. Oh, what a job this is.
Yeah, this life we live, what a job this is. Real spit, man. A lot of folks wanna walk in these shoes, but they just don't know, man. It's a hell of a job, man. To be a rapper, MC, whatever you wanna call it, man. We got a lot to deal with. Family members we gotta always look out for. Baby mama nagging, you know what I'm saying? Kids need this. And then again, the public need that. We gotta make hot music. Cause if it ain't hot, it don't mean shit. But you know, it's all in a day's work. What a job this is, my nigga. What's crackin' like in Devin and Dizzle? Snoop D.O. Dub, J Prince, Jazz Prince. Yeah, rap a lot, still on top. 2007.
All right. Let me get into it. It might be one of them quick ones. Welcome. Another, I don't even know what to call this channel. I don't even know what to call these shows. Hey, that's what it is. It's me running my goddamn mouth. All right, man. Hope everybody's having a very good start to your week, and hope you continue to have a very good week and all of that good stuff that they say. It is what it is. Oh, y'all must be busy doing some other bullshit. Knowing my folks like I know them, yeah, they was on some bullshit. But anyway, if you catch it live, catch it on replay, man. It's always appreciated. Anyway, I'm just gonna, do me. Never mattered if it was 1 or 100. But anyway, like I said, hope you're having a very good week, man. We're gonna break down Malcolm Jamal Warner, him passing this week. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to kind of get into the black sitcoms, and you see it scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Are black sitcoms dead? I'm going to kind of get into that a little bit. Of course, I got some other little knick-knack stuff, and then of course my One Piece fans, my Straw Hats. I will be getting into chapters 1154 and 1155. Especially during tonight's episode, because it seems like Oda has pulled One Piece back from the edge. I don't know if he heard me complaining about the last couple chapters and how this arc is kind of gone at Elbath, but he has kind of turned it up, and it kind of leads up. It takes the series in a completely different kind of direction. And it is Oda likes to do, it raises more questions, but these are good kind of questions that they seem like a lot more interested and not a lot of fluff in these last two chapters. But we're gonna talk about that. But I want to say this off the top. I've seen the social media outpouring over Malcolm Jamal Warner, who passed away. The reports are that he drowned off the coast of Costa Rica, some weird kind of stuff dealing with currents and whatnot. But it seems like it was this natural causes, accidental death. Nothing too nefarious. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole and say it's a conspiracy and all of that. But this death by a celebrity seemed to, I don't know, to resonate a little bit more when I say with my generation, the generation, I'm gonna say 35 and up, who that generation who grew up during, I would say, the golden era of black sitcoms, and to see Michael Jamal Warner playing a young black male on TV, I mean, it felt like, I'm just gonna speak for personal experience, and you can have your own experiences and your own thoughts of it. I'm not going to go overboard and dedicate the whole show to him, but I do want to show respect for him passing. And I don't think at the time he knew, and I don't think at the time, me as a young watcher of the Cosby Show and the sitcoms of that generation, you didn't really understand and appreciate what was being presented to you on the screen. To see some of the episodes where he would face some of the same challenges you would face as a young man, as a teenager, being head over heel for girls, trying to impress girls, and trying to juggle school and the extracurricular stuff, and at the same time coming into your manhood, and some of the struggles that go along with it. Listen, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. It wasn't all bad. But you related to him. It's just like you related to a lot of the characters on that show. But him, for me, and I'm just gonna say me because I am a black man, his role and how he portrayed it is, I felt that. You could use that as a reference. Like, yeah, I remember when Theo went through this. Him passing, kind of really shines a light for me on what that. Hey, YouTuber, for listen, I knew you were somewhere in somebody's clouds or satellites. Knowing you like I know you, you was somewhere. But welcome to the other quiet space. But Michael Jamal Warner, his passing, like I said, it hit. You know, you see the outpouring on social media, um, and you know, you typically see people, oh my God, such and such passed, and you see people, making posts. But for I think a lot of people, like I said, from my generation, my age group, it hits a little bit different because, like I said, you watched him growing up while you at the same time we're growing up. Like I said, not just him, but all the other characters on that show. You felt the connection to them, and that's for me. I'm not going to get into this is not a memorial service. I do want to kind of acknowledge that. Yeah, it shook me as listen. YouTube, it hits different. It hits different. Like I said, he's growing up at the same time you're growing up, and some of the same challenges that he faced on the show. And even though it's a show in the scripted, you could feel, as a young man, oh man, trying to impress the girls and whatnot, and having, like I said, having to juggle all those things while at the same time still coming into your manhood at that that age. It's a little bit different. DMO, yeah, you were somewhere else. I know you. welcome. But it hit a little different. It hit a little different, and it caused me to kind of readjust the show a little bit because when you have people like that you grew up watching, and I think for this, I don't know if this generation gets it. Maybe I don't understand it, because now it's not you know um sitcoms that they watch. They're into streamers, and they're into reality TV shows and the ilk. And I don't know if they even feel a connection with the characters that they're seeing. And let's be honest, a lot of these folks are characters. They're playing a character. Um, but to grow up during that generation, and and to reflect on it, him going through challenges of high school, and then to branch it out even more, even more, the challenges of of a different world when you were in college, when you entered college, and the experiences that you saw on TV. It's like I'm having some of those same experiences. It's different. um it's different. And for me, I kind of like sat in reflection, like man, I was lucky, along with a lot of other people. Oda is back. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this later. What's good? We definitely gonna get into that. Last two chapters been crazy, but I just want to kind of touch on this, and like I said, we'll get into the rest of what I got kind of put together for tonight. Um, but I was reflecting yesterday, and it's like, man, I was lucky to grow up during that era of the 80s and the 90s of black sitcoms, and seeing, like I said, at the time you're not understanding what you looking at. It's only when you get older do you really appreciate what you was looking at. All of these positive made black images and black characters all over your screen, and not, like I said, you don't really appreciate it at the time because you're young and you're growing along with these characters. And as you get older, you reflect on it, like, man, a lot of us, I ain't gonna say myself, but I know some people that you know um those sitcoms had a part in raising them. I'm from the latchkey generation. I don't know, Slander, that might be a little too old for you to understand. I'm from the latchkey generation, where we were kind of I wouldn't say fend for yourselves, but we was more independent at an earlier age. And you had those shows you watch, and you kind of taking little tidbits of nuggets of information, little jewels that's being dropped, and incorporated into who you are becoming at the time. So yeah, like I said, this one hit a little different. I'm not going to get all down in the dumps about it. I'm keep it a buck with you. But it causes me to think. Now I kind of look at the landscape now of what we call black media and how much it's kind of flooded with bullshit. And I think that's by design. I was having a discussion with the missus, and I was like, you think black sitcoms will ever come back? And she was like, nah, I don't think so, because we've grown accustomed to seeing dysfunction when we see us on the screen. Like, listen, no relationship, no family is perfect. What was your favorite white sitcom from back in the day? White sitcom. I'd probably say Married with Children. Slender. If you had to put a gun in my head, I'd say Married with Children. This for the comedy of it, because it was that kind of, I guess that generation wasn't that sensitive about they wasn't sensitive about saying what they felt, and everybody wasn't all up in arms, or he made this kind of joke, and he's like, it was a different. I would say Married with Children was my favorite sitcom from back in the day. I would probably say that one. But overall, for me, blacks, and I agree with her. Like, I don't think it's ever coming back. I don't think they'll, and I say they, the powers, Al and Peggy. Yeah, listen. MASH. Listen, I didn't watch MASH. MASH watched me. Listen, DMO, I'm from that, I don't know about you, but MASH would come on, and that's when I knew it was time to go night. It was time to go night. Yeah, it was time to go. MASH came on. It was time to go night. TV's about to go off. That's because after MASH, you was going to get. See, I'm that kind of old. Like, after MASH went off the air, then you got like the national anthem, Star Spangled Banner, then like nothing. Like nothing. Yeah, MASH watched me. I didn't watch MASH. MASH watched me. I didn't have the pleasure of really enjoying that show, because MASH come on. It's time. Like, you way past your bedtime. Listen, you took my photo. I know a little bit about MASH, but listen, MASH watched me growing up. I didn't watch MASH. But yeah, I say Married with Children. Listen, and think about it. A lot of those, like Married with Children, it couldn't work in today's. They could not have that on broadcast TV now. No way. No fucking way they could have that. Different Strokes, black or white. Different Strokes is always kind of, I don't know. Different Strokes was a little, it was like a little different. I don't know. I never, I watched Different Strokes, but it never held my attention. It never held my attention like The Cosby Show or A Different World, or I remember watching Rock back in the day. Like, it never really kind of held my attention, because it was like like white boy funny. Like, it wasn't like hurt your chest kind of funny. Like, it was like, like, yeah, like it just never resonated with me, man. It never resonated with me. It never did. But we watched, the bike shop pedal was yeah, Rock was a shit. What you talking about, bro? And that's all anybody can remember. The major takeaway from that show. But no, I mean, that was a golden era, and and to lose somebody from that era, I mean, I think the only thing that would probably hit a little bit more for my generation, if Rudy passed, like, wow. Wow, like the first girl a lot of cats had a crush on. But that's neither. I don't want to, like I said, drag it out. But yeah, we had, like I said, had a discussion. Black sitcoms is over. You're not gonna get nothing like of that ilk from a Tyler Perry. And I know some people out there may want to defend. I'm not a fan of Tyler Perry. I don't like his material. I don't like his work. I don't like nothing about anything he puts out. I don't support it. I don't watch it. No, I'm good because I know it's dysfunction is the highlight. I don't care how you try to end it off on with a with a rainbow at the end. It's like dysfunction. If it's a 2-hour movie, it's going to be dysfunction for an hour and 45 minutes. I just can't do it. But honestly, I don't even think he's capable of even doing something of that ilk of a different world, of a Cosby Show, hell, of a Martin. I don't think he's capable. Because it's it don't fit in with today's society. We're talking about the TikTok generation. Everything is instant. We want it now. They don't know what it's like to have to wait a week to watch an episode. They want it now. They want the whole season right there for them. Like the Netflix generation. They're the instant. I want it now. Give it all to me. They couldn't appreciate what's going to happen in the next episode. And the next episode has nothing to do with the previous. Like they don't understand that. They really couldn't understand it. I was Cloud 7 years around that was in that's how the news. Yeah. All in the Family was some racist, but DMO, that was a time when people. I would say people weren't so uptight. People wasn't as easily offended. I think that's a different time space. Like those short attention span, instant gratification, sad, really. I mean, DMO is kind of, this is the result of, internet. I mean, I'm from a generation where, we kind of started, with internet and computers and stuff. Now, I mean, look at it, like, cats picking up encyclopedia. They don't know what that is. They, you ask them, hey, what is this? What is that? It is the Google. Everything is right there at your fingertips. This is the world we live in. Whereas, I'm from the generation you didn't call me before 7 because my minutes wasn't free. Like, this different now. It wasn't no FaceTime. If you wanted to see a girl and talk to her, you had to go. You need to go holler at her. You need to go to her house or meet at the mall. This generation is different. I cannot watch Good Time unless Years James was gone. The character is triggered to me. Yeah, YouTube. Like, I mean, that's another series. Even though it's struggle. It's not every episode we're just gonna beat you down with the struggle. It's like, okay, it's hard times, but every day is not the fucking end of the world. Now you look at, if somebody was to even try to replicate something like that, it would be some salacious stuff. Like, that's a time period, man, where like we'll never give back, and it makes you appreciate the people that like living single, like to see women, halfway, get along. They had little quarrels and stuff, but it was, it's no fussing and fight. Like, you see that portrayal on, like, yeah, women, we can get together and get along and do something, and not be trying to slit each other. Like, we'll never get that back. Never. I mean, because it's not profitable in today's society. They, you want to see some ratchet shit. That's the more ratchet it is, the more, more people want to see it, the more they want to intake of it. And it's whatever. But to see him pass and kind of puts that in perspective. Like, you grew up, and I'm talking about myself, like, you grew up during a time when it was quality TV and quality images of us on screen, on a routine basis. Like, wow. Let's see, like, we don't repeat bell bottles. Damn, flip phone. Listen, I seen somebody with one of the new flip phones too, DMO. I just, I remember when you used to have to hit the number a certain amount of times to get to a letter. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm puts it all in perspective. Golden Girl. Golden Girls raised a lot of people too. When you stay with, listen, if you stay with grandma and grandpa during summers, or your old aunt and uncle, listen, you grew up with Golden Girls, you grew up with Guiding Light, you grew up with When the World Turns, or How the World Turns. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What they call them, the stories. You grew up with Bob Barker and the Price. Jesus. Who I'm having a flashback. I mean, how many times they gonna kill Victor? How many times this man gonna stay dead? If you know, you know. Please, school. Well, slander. That was, I would say, that started the ball when it became about, okay, let's not write interesting scripts and create interesting characters. Let's just give people interesting characters, and we'll kind of work on the script as we go. Like Flavor Flav, like listen, Flavor Flav having a dating show, and we're supposed to take it serious, but it was the reality TV. Um, you know, that's where it kind of went to. It's like, we're not about creating real stories and characters no more. We're just going to give you reality, the American Idols of the world, the Survivors of the world. We're going to just give you regular people, and these folks become stars. Or they some C or D level celebrity, and we're gonna put them on TV. Like, nothing against Ray J, but I wasn't, you what, he's got 2 songs that I can think of off the top of my head. But you was able to run up a check. I ain't no more power to you, but reality TV just that changed it. That changed the game as far as what was being produced on TV. Just I'm just gonna give you ratchetness, show after show after show after show after show after show. Then I'm gonna give it to you in this city. I'm gonna give it to you in that city. Ooh, right from me, Victor and Nikki, and she slept with his son. Let me get ready for bed. This is Beautiful ain't showed up yet, DMO. If she is, she's somewhere hanging out in the clouds. But anyway, I do want to kind of move on because I don't want this to be too long of a show. I do want. I messed up last week. I didn't touch my One Piece like I was supposed to, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because the last 2 chapters have really kind of kicked it into gear. We'll see if Oda has pulled it back from the edge. But let me kind of get into this. Before I close out that segment of the show, let me see if I got it ready. Where did I put it? Okay, here we go. Okay, this before we transition. Before we transition, we share this real quick. And then we'll move on with the rest of the show. I just wanted to kind of play this, in tribute of the good brother.
The night time is the right time to be with the one you love now. When I, baby, when I come on, baby, I want to be the one I love now. I said to be the one you love. Sing a song about it. I said, baby, baby, baby. I want you by my side. I want you to keep me satisfied. I know it's not time. Every day is the right time. Hey, baby, what you love now? Well, if you know.
All right, I'm back over here. He did the NPR Tiny. Yeah, I saw it. Classic TV moment. All right, so let's kind of get into. I don't want to speed through this, but I did do something talking about, you know, rappers. It was a couple weeks ago. Did something talking about rappers having to do SeaWorld, and it's like SeaWorld is kind of like, you know, the last stop when your career is completely falling the fuck off and you're looking to, I guess, cash a check and say you did a show somewhere, or claim, you know, you still active doing shows. It was somebody that, you know, I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting to end up doing a show at SeaWorld. Let me kind of get it together. Well, I'm glad I caught first. I had an early start, ready to go to bed. Okay, cool. YouTube, you know, it'll stay up. It ain't gonna be a long show. And I know the back half of the show, you're not gonna be into the manga and the anime, because it's Demon Slayer has released in Japan. I'm trying to find a way to watch it before they distribute it to other countries in August and before it hits America in September. Demon Slayer. But anyway, let me kind of get it together. Let me show you this real quick. This is how the mighty have fallen. Okay, give me a sec. All right, let's go.
I got 100 guns on the clips. Yes, I'm from New York. Your brother, I'm from New York. I know things about your body. It's not now we getting off. Here we go, San Diego. Here we go. Feels like paradise. Here we go. Make them understand. Ass up, face down. We see boys on the wax, run them eight down. Chandelier.
Why the mighty have fallen? We doing shows at SeaWorld, bro. Like, I get Yin Yang, I get Bow Wow, I get what's his Soldier Boy. I get them. Damn, Joe, ain't you got like a popping podcast with Jada? Damn, you know, what 3-4 years ago you was doing a versus, and now you doing SeaWorld. Yeah, SeaWorld, where rappers' careers go to die. If you perform at SeaWorld, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Let me take this off the screen. Get me back up here. It's a wrap. Yeah, DMO. It's sad. It's sad. Very much so. And I do, because like I said, I want to kind of get out here. I'm gonna play this because I was gonna save this for the next Sunday. Hold on. I was gonna say this for next Sunday, but let me go ahead and kind of get into it now. You still coming from that? Listen, it's not up yet. Demo, trust me, I'm lurking on trying to find, because some people have already uploaded clips from the new Demon Slayer. It looks dope. Oh God, it looks it's that's the beauty of an anime that it perfectly reflects the manga. Oh God, it looks the clips I've seen. It looks so good. Well, see where hey, you got to do what you got to do to eat. You got to do what you got to do to eat. But let me kind of get into this next clip real quick. And I want well, Demo, you here, so I know you'll give me your opinion on it. But check this out real quick.
You not the fucking prize. And I come here for y'all. Sit your bitch ass on this couch and shut the fuck up. Talking about you the prize hoe. Asking this man, what could I be doing? Bitch, sit there. You know what? Actually, everybody who come up here and ask me for a picture, hoe, you take the picture. You grab the phone, put your motherfucking ass to work. See, and that's how I know his daddy need to be kicked in the back of his ass too. You got to help your son tighten up, bro. That nigga, I don't know, fucking commercial on her back. What type of shit? That soft ass picture. How nigga, you are $100 million nigga on your bitch back. Hey, he didn't put you on a crazy pedestal. Mm-hmm. He don't disrespect you in public. He's damn near said you the reason why where he is. Yeah. He shouted you out before his own mama now. He explaining. He already had to explain that shit with him. When they was in the stands, I believe, before the football game. Like, why I gotta keep explaining your behavior, bro? Yeah.
All right, let me come back over here. No, okay. No, DMO. All right, for those who don't know who that is, it's Travis Hunter and his wife. I guess you could still call them newlyweds. You can't have floor seats to the next. Listen, the struggle is real. The struggle. Listen, them tickets don't pay for themselves. Now, I don't know what kind of streaming deal he got. In regards to with the shit with him and Jada. I mean, if you gotta do SeaWorld, you gotta do SeaWorld. But let me kind of get it back to this Travis Hunter. Like, dude, oh man, it's like no one's around you. I would say this. I can't even say no one's around you giving you good game. He's the devil. If you had to make a poster child for Pussy Whip, it'd be Travis Hunter. And it's all in response to it was a viral clip that came out this week. I want to say it was Sunday. It came out when they got married. I busted out. His mama will have to hold his ass. Listen. It came and she released some kind of video crying, and it wasn't no context behind it. And she wasn't saying anything in the video. I don't know if she's responded and kind of gave clarification what it is, but like, dude. If you had to look up Pussy Whip in the dictionary, it has to be Travis Hunter. All day long, it have to be. It like, dude, like you like who you like, man. You love who you love, but my nigga, like the optics, you got you goofy dancing at the wedding, and then you got an ad, and you jumping on her back like she carrying you. Oh man, it's. And I don't even feel bad when the lineup gets ready to happen and she really line him up and clean his ass out. Like, I'm not even gonna be mad. Like, I know it's people around you telling you like you got to move smarter, move better. Like, God, the boy got everybody. She listen. DMO, you say that. Well, I would say this: if Travis Hunter wasn't famous and it was a regular dude going through this, he might be on some first 48 type shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. The day she decided I don't want to do this no more, I don't want to be with you. We're lucky that he's gonna be playing in the NFL and have that as a distraction. If this was a regular dude, I'd be scared. I'd be scared. It like some first 48 type shit. He looks like he would snap if she decides, I'm just not gonna say if, when she decides she want to move on. Kind of like Tony Braxton and Birdman. You dated him for 16 years, got married for 30 days, and now you want 160 million. Cash, I gotta be if you come into some money like that, you gotta move smarter, you gotta move better. Right. And I prenup is listen, and for those who are DMO, yeah, he would be on some shit like that. But fellas, for the uninitiated, for the unmarried, listen, marriage is love and all of that good stuff. But marriage is financial too. Do not get it fucked up and think, listen, love don't pay the bills. No finance, no romance. Like love don't pay the bills. Love help with a lot of things, but love don't keep the lights on. And you need to, have some business about yourself when you step into the listen. It becomes a you are a mini corporation. You're all up under one umbrella. And listen, when it works well, it works well, and it is a good and beautiful thing. But don't let that, listen. I'm reminded on a regular basis when it's time to, get certain stuff done, and that, listen, you can love me all you want, but I need someone to come out and, fix this. I need a new route. Listen, love, if you know, if you know, listen, if you know, but that brother Travis Hunter, y'all watch out for him. That's unhealthy love. Listen, with DMO, listen, I don't even think that's love. She's looking at it as this is business. I'm lining myself up. I'm aligning myself with some money. I don't really like this brother. He corny than a motherfucker, but he's so head over heel. He don't even realize that I'm like borderline community pussy. I'm just gonna be keep it a buck with you. Keep it a buck with you. Like, he don't even realize it. He think he's and that's listen, when you're in love, you're supposed to feel like that. But bruh. She don't even look at you like that. She took that boy's virginity. Yeah, she did. She did, and he gonna be scarred for life when it happens. But hey, it is what it is. You signed up for it, young blood. You signed up for it, young blood. Let me kind of get. I do got one more thing. Okay. No, I'm gonna say that for another show. Let me kind of get into my One Piece bag. I said I was gonna do it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Like I said, tonight's not gonna be a long show. Brother got to work out in the morning, all that good stuff. And I guess I got a word today. But last two chapters, 1154 and 1155. Let's gonna call it what it is. The Rocks D. Sebek showcase. For years, we have been asking for some kind of backstory on this character that we have heard about. He has been hyped for so many years, since he was first introduced into the One Piece world. We've been waiting. We got a tease about how strong he was in the events of God Valley. Now, there your ass go. Some DMO, come on, listen. Let me get through this, and I have like, I can't even call it like the Pool Piss for Sunday show. I don't know what the fuck to call this. How I'm close. Listen, I don't even have a catchphrase for this shit yet. I'm so out of sorts, just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it at the end of the day. Your ass ain't slick. DMO, please let me get to my material. But yeah, we've heard for years how Rock D. Sabek, top of the food chain when it comes to the pirate world. We've been hyping it, been hyping it older, and this is always the mystery. We didn't know what he really kind of looked like. It was rumors that he was, Blackbeard's father, which we got confirmed in chapter 1154. But we never really got, still barely got a showcase on what his skills are. If they even have the devil fruit, we haven't even got that far. But this last two chapters, you got to start with 1154. He comes on the screen, lands on Elbath. That it's revealed, that he's Blackbeard's father, and he's looking for King Harold. Didn't expect him to be his dad. The slander we kind of like people that that theorize it kind of figured that he might be that'd be kind of like a way to kind of tie Blackbeard into the back into the story, I guess. I'm not surprised. It's also been reported that he may be Buggy's dad. We don't know. That hasn't been confirmed. But it has been confirmed with chapter 1154 that he is Blackbeard's dad. That's a major bit of news. But 1155 is probably one of the best chapters we've had, and God knows how long. Listen, I would say what we got from 1155 has surpassed just about everything we got from Egghead Arc, and what we got, and mind you, this is flashback stuff that we're getting from these last two chapters from Oda. But what we got in 1155 takes it to a whole nother level. When we're talking about, matter of fact, let me pull it up for those who haven't seen it. We'll kind of get into it. Let me pull up Viz real quick. For those who haven't gotten the chance to read 1155, which came out 2 days ago, but it's on Viz, but it has been out a couple days before that. Here, okay, let me do this. I'm gonna do a live review. Screen. Okay. I'll bring it back. Okay, we're here. Take me off the screen. It's a damn right. Okay. Still, beautiful is probably on somebody's clock right now. But here we go to chapter 1155. What panel? What page was it on? I mean, we could start here. Yeah, we'll start here. This is probably the greatest 2 pages I've seen in probably the past year or so from Oda. We find out that at the reverie, Rocks kidnaps 5 kings and on the way out kills the admiral. But the big reveal here is that he comes, I guess you can call it, face to face in the flower garden with Emu, and he's just so casual about it. And this raises so many questions. Like, how does he get this far to where the Holy Knights have not stopped him? The 5 elders did not stop him. Like, what? How is Rocks able to get here in the flower garden? And to my knowledge, no, he pulled a pistol on him. Has the pistol on him, but outside of people, outside of his attendees, servants, I don't recall anybody getting into the flower garden other than somebody that Emu brought there personally. You also see here, mind you, this is a flashback, so you see Gunko. There's no telling how old Gunko is, but this panel, right here. Let me see this. Do I need to go to the next page? Yeah, probably do. Minimize. We're on page 6. And then he leaves out, I'll be back right here. Like, what was it, a conversation being like? Oda just drops this, and he drops it in so casually. Like, Rock's getting probably the best backstory flashback that we have ever seen. I mean, when you think about the characters that have come before him, are we getting like we've the best flashback of a character ever in One Piece? Is Rock's on that? Has Oda done that with Rocks? I'm hard pressed to find anybody, and I'm trying to think of some of the heavy hitters who have a backstory. You had Kaido, you had Big Mom, you had, I guess you could call it, I don't, no character that jumps out at me has this kind of a backstory. Rocks is number one now. Yet listen, Oda's like, and in the rest of the chapter is dope. He has a face off with Harold. We're talking about some next level hockey, but this here, you make it all the way there to come face to face with Emu, and we don't know if Emu even said anything, and it's implied here. This is a guy who kidnapped 5 kings, killed the admiral, and like, I want you guys to think how difficult that is to kill an admiral, like on a whim at the on Merijois during reverie, and to make it into the flower garden past the 5 elders. I would assume you had to get past the 5 elders. I just don't see him sneaking. Rocks doesn't give me the impression that he snuck into the flower garden. And you get to, like, it even hypes up Emu even more. Like, how strong is Emu? If Rocks, who are they portraying as like next level, as far as this is probably the greatest backstory we're seeing kind of put together. Even talking about how he put together his crew later on in the chapter. Like, this is next level, but it even hypes up Emu even more. That Rocks is this powerful, is that it took Roger and Garp to stop him together. Let that marinate. The Admiral and the King of Pirates had to work together to stop Rocks on God's Valley, and he's in there with Emu, mano a mano, and he knows he can't fuck with Emu. Like, how strong is Emu? How strong is Emu? If Rocks is this much of a badass, like, that's why I think the next arc, the next Germ, what's going on, man? Listen, him having to jump him is. They saying he has law devil fruit. I don't know. Even like, you don't know. Listen, 1156, because it's supposed to be continuing Rox's flashback. Oda, if you're listening, keep going. I want, give me his backstory until he dies. I need to see those panels on screen. This hit, no one was expecting this. We was like, okay, the previous chapter, this is a guy who kidnapped some kings, killed the admiral. Nah, you in the head up with Emu, and it's not like you you're not at God Valley matching up with Emu. You're in the flower fucking garden. Like, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe my fellow straw hats can correct me. Yeah, sure. Maybe my fellow straw hats can correct. I've never seen a character that wasn't invited, mind you, that wasn't, and it makes me think, hold on, that wasn't invited to the flower garden. Was Rocks invited to the flower garden? I just can't see him. Listen, I can't see him sneaking in. He doesn't give me the covert ops. I'm sneak like, is this dude that much of a badass that he shows up, does what he does at Reverie, at Marriage Wall, and he's head up with Emu, and it's it's almost implied that he knows who Emu is. Like, I know you the top of the food chain, my guy. Like oh man, this is the lesson. The last two chapters, Oda has made up for this whole entire Elbath arc, which I have been on record as saying has been substandard, has been blah. These last, and mind you, this is all flashbacks. These last two chapters, next level shit. Next level shit. Listen, don't give Oda idea talking about a series like to see go from this to this guy, putting the crew together and won't and keep going and trying to recruit Harold for it. Like, what is he destroys the gate, like like no, it's the germ. It's no one knew who he was. We minimize this, like we're talking next level. This is next level shit here, dude. And he's a swordsman. And he's giving tips doing this. I'm thinking about the clash between the strangers. Any signs of anybody for 5 kilometers? You talking about miles around? Their clash. Next level. Yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty good how Oda kind of set this up. How he's got Harold, damn near on par with Rocks a little bit here. Because Harold was looking kind of, with the sob story that he had kind of going on. He was looking kind of mid. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was looking kind of mid. He wasn't coming across like King of the Giants. What this mean for Blackbeard? I don't listen. I don't even know what this means for Blackbeard. Like, because Blackbeard. Listen, Blackbeard is the guy. He's to me. Blackbeard is the wild card in the end game. Like, we know. Come on, this like any other manga. It always ends with the head up. It's going to be Emu versus Luffy. Sun God Nika versus Emu. It's going to end up like that whenever Oda decides to end it. But to me, Blackbeard is the wild card. He is the wild card, because he's not really down with the world government, but then again, he's got his own issues with the Yonkos. Like, Blackbeard is the wild card, but I mean, I listen. I wasn't expecting this from Oda to put a guy on this level. And then, you're getting so much history from these last two chapters, especially this chapter. I mean, like you see here, hold on, we can pull it up. Here's his crew, and this is not all of them. This is him just like, I'm putting it together. I mean, this is next. Listen, these last two chapters by Oda, next level. Chef's kiss. Wow. How do you top? Listen, how do you top this chapter by itself? 1154, cool. We finally get the visual of him. Is it me? Does he give you? And doesn't he kind of look like Kid a little bit? I definitely see the black beard, but doesn't he kind of remind you of Kid a little bit? You know, with the style of dress. Maybe it's just me. What's your thoughts on Shiki being from Wano? That's listen, German. I hate to say this. I'm almost more interested in after these last two chapters. I'm more interested in the backstories of him and his whole crew. More so than I'm interested on what's currently going on the island now. I think what's going on the island now. Listen, when Emu took over Gunko, like I was good. Like okay, we possessing bodies. I'm straight. I'm good on that. I ain't feeling it. Um, I want everything. Give me give me more detail on how they did he beat all of them or they just decided to join? It makes me wonder like why does he keep coming back? It says in the chapter he kept coming back multiple times to try to recruit Harold. Like what is your end game here? Um, I'm just this is listen this last two chapters, especially this chapter, next level. Oda dug into the bag with this one, next level. To not only reveal a character that has been hyped for years, and then like you double down on the hype. Now I want to know how he got into the flower garden. Did he even fight the five elders? You know were they on a separate mission? Who knows? Who knows? But this is like the beginning of his crew, and you talking about legends here, man. Legends. At the end of the chapter says Rock spent he spent 4 years trying to get him. Okay, I think he said he came back periodically, but let me go. Let me verify. I want to say he came back periodically throughout the years. Um, 'Cause I just want to make sure I read that right myself. Um, Let me go to the end of the chapter. Okay, it says here. Yeah, he came back 4 years, 4 years later, before Rox even listen, Rox was trying to recruit this dude for 4 years, on and off. 4 years later, after Harold ignored his repeated invitations, he finally carried out his plan. And that's when we get the Rox Pirates becoming official. So he like, at this time he's still putting together the crew. Sounds like a great set. Oh man, next level shit. How much you think Rock's bounty is? To just stroll into the flower garden, probably the highest ever. I don't see how you get. Does listen? He does have that kid drip though. Yeah, exactly. He does kind of look like kid. In this land, it had to be 3-4 bit. Like I want to say about 5 because I want to say did he destroy one of the gates in this chapter? It's implied. I forgot what page that was on. He would later go on to destroy one of the gates. Yeah, what page it was on. Okay, I think it might be here. Took over a ship headed for Merjawa. I mean, took over, what was Pirate Island at the time. I mean, this is it. This is next level. Next level stuff here, man. Next level shit. And see, this panel right here kind of makes me think, you might be if you look at Buggy's wanted poster and you go and look at Rocks, it kind of similar in, with the tongue out and very similar poses used for this is next. Listen, let me say this off. Next level shit there, Oda. Kudos on that. I can't wait for the next chapter. Hope should do it. They may fight back against either Blackbeard crew or the Crossgear. They might be. I think Slant. He had to have known. I would assume Whitebeard knew. That that may explain. That may be part of another backstory where he kind of, mistreated him as a child, and kind of gives a little bit more reason why Blackbeard went after him for his devil fruit. It may play a part in that. I say that. Yeah, I say that. But like I said, Demon Slayer has come out. I want to say it's already made over $1 billion in Japan. I want to say it made like $1 billion in the first 2 days. Let me see the sales for it. Yeah, the Demon Slayer has already made, mind you, this is just in Japan in the theaters. It already made $50 million in the 4-day opening, and we're talking about a fucking anime. Oh man, listen. I saw pictures of people camped inside of the movie theater at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. It's called, it breaks off box office records, biggest opening weekend in anime history. Let me read this article real quick. It broke the opening day record, which is $1 billion yen, which is is about $11 million. And then made another 12 on the second day. Then broke that. Oh god. It's already the second highest grossing movie of the year in Japan. Detective Conan, One Eye. I don't know what the hell that is. Jesus. And listen, the clips I've seen, it look so good. Oh, I can't wait till it comes out. Let me pull up the release. I know it releases in theaters here in September. But I know for I think August, it's in some other countries. And this is just part one of 3. Part 1 of a 3-part. The end, infinite. If you read the manga, where this is going. The final clash, dope. And this is just part 1, and they haven't even got a release date for part 2 yet. Jesus Christ. But anyway, let me get my ass up out of here. Hope y'all have a rest of your week is good and all of that stuff. I'm not gonna be too much talking. Oh boy, I ain't gonna do too much talking. It kind of is what it is. Enough people doing talking by themselves. We'll be back on Sunday in the other space. Be back here with the latest and greatest and all of that kind of stuff. Slander, I'm gonna reach I'm gonna reach out and bounce some idea off of you. So I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to revamp this space. It needs some redecoration right here, but we'll see. I don't have no catchphrase, no nothing. I don't even have no closing monologue ready for the night. Brother got gym in the morning, so it's gonna be what it is. Like I said, y'all have a good week, man. Stay up, stay blessed, and all that good stuff. We'll reconvene here next Tuesday. I want to kind of get into Tyler Creator's new album. I'm still kind of working my way through it. It is Tyler, for me, has always been a difficult listen as far as his albums. It's because it's that odd future kind of thing. It kind of throws you off. It's like he's rapping, but it's to sometimes it's like nerdy backpack-ish. And it's not like I can, it's not like the clips. I can just put it on and vibe to it the whole time. Like Tyler, I got to take in bits and pieces. But anyway, we'll do that next week and all of that good stuff. See when I see you. How about this? If I ain't talking about you, you ain't worth talking about. I'll holler.